is it true you're committed to Mizzou? I was like, not yet. Who told you that? He was like, bro, I'll follow you on Twitter. I was like, type shit.
And that is your final.
As a football player, the best compliment you can receive doesn't come from your own team, or from your fans, or even your own family. In order to game plan against you, a coach has to watch your film, acknowledge your talent, and admit that your ability is going to hinder their performance, and they're going to have to find a way to suppress or neutralize you in order to be successful. And that's the best compliment you can get. It's not a sign of weakness or lack of faith. Any good coach at any level is going to put their team in the best possible position to succeed. It wouldn't make sense to run headfirst into a roadblock. So, a team will game plan against you. But sometimes, all of the preparation and all of the planning can't stop an athlete from achieving their goal. Right now, this quarterback is feeling dread. He just watched 3 individual players from his team try and fail to block one player in the time it took for him to get to his first read. In this episode of the Athlete's Field Guide, we'll get inside the heads of the away team and experience what it's like to play against a D1 prospect. I'll have to make a story time video about this game some other time, but when I was really young in high school, we played in the district championship against a 4-star college prospect. He played tight end and defensive end, I played defensive end and tight end. All this to say that all week I knew I was going against this guy, so I can tell you firsthand that when you have a matchup like this, you can feel his presence all week in the position room. I mean, every time you make a block at practice, your coach is gonna say, that's not gonna work on Friday, that's not gonna work against him. Some coaches will be excited for you to face the challenge, and others, well, others will look at you like George Milton looked at Lenny in the end of Mice and Men. Like he knows you're not gonna last till sunrise. The craziest thing about high school is sometimes it's not even the film itself that scares people, it's just the status. Like to be able to say D1 sends a shockwave through the roof. So you hear about this guy all week during film, during practice, when you go home, your parents are probably talking about it. So by the time you get to Friday, you're either 1, just fed up of hearing this guy's name and ready to put him on his face, or 2, you're nervous because he's been talked up as this ginormous challenge. Now, the duration of this period varies greatly. Sometimes it lasts the first couple of drives. It's the period of the game where the D1 athlete hasn't really made a big play yet, so the other team's thinking, oh yeah, this guy's a burger. I mean, I even thought that until that tight end I talked about earlier mossed one of our defensive backs and ran for like a 67-yard touchdown. Like, the time will come where they show you who they are. But until then, you're thinking, this was all for nothing. In this game, that period lasted about 15 seconds. I mean, this was the opening kickoff. And then, 2 plays later, Braylon Ellison, the prospect, steamrolls a player into the end zone, leaving the lane wide open for the running back.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about. It's mostly, is that easy?
That was the second play. Come on, bro, I'm trying to make you look good. Anyway. Once a big play is made, there's a tendency to try to overcoach or reach deep into that playbook when you really don't have to. And that can lead to some complications. When it works, you look like a genius. But when this happens, players can overthink too and shoot their own team in the foot. Now, are these 2 plays correlated to Braylon being on the field? Maybe not. But they're a good example that when you think too much, bad things happen. Including a blocked punt and a muffed punt. which happen within 15 minutes of each other and are both game-changing plays. I've already made a video about how takeovers come to be, so you'll want to refer back to that video for this section. But in the second quarter, Braylon turns it on. I mean, he's taking people out with the cut block. Then later on the same drive, takes the same player, puts him on his knees on the ground, then boom! Hold on, do it again. Boom! Wait, go back.
Who's the best player for Clinton?
Me. Either Quinn fought or Marcus Oliver. Marcus Oliver, yeah.
What positions do they play?
Why you need that? Quinn plays middle linebacker.
Now go. Now play it again. Okay, now play the whole play again. I love football, man. It's after this that they say, all right, that's enough. This player is not going to affect this game this much. You're going to block him. If he beats that block, you're going to block him next. And don't worry, the running back's got your back in pass protection. Like, you're going to be okay. Just worry about keeping his leverage, right? Just keep him at the line of scrimmage. We'll be good. And then this happens. Come on, bro.
Braylon Ellison with a big sack in the backfield. Timeout.
Let's watch this play again, shall we? It just doesn't matter. I mean, if I'm the away team and the player that we game plan against all week is still making tackles and still dumping people and still beating blocks for solo sacks and still dumping that same player from earlier to spring the longest run of the game in the second half. Yeah, I don't blame you for running away, number 7. But you can't run forever. Eventually, you're gonna have to face the problem in front of you. I'm not here to give you the holier than thou, holding is wrong, it's illegal, you shouldn't do it speech. No, I completely understand it. In fact, in this situation, I would do the exact same thing. If you have to put 3 people blocking him at the line of scrimmage, call screens to get the ball away from the interior ASAP, do what you have to do. Because in crucial situations like this, on 4th and long, the last thing you want is the same guy that you've already game planned against to affect the play. And oh my God! He did it again.
Yeah!
Sometimes it's just not in the cards. I mean, that is a force of nature. Sometimes you do everything you can, and it's just not enough. And that's what it feels like to play against the D1 prospect. Thanks for watching.